Have you ever played a game where dying is, well, the whole point? It sounds kind of crazy, right? More like a punishment than a fun way to spend your time. But that's the big riddle behind roguelikes. So today, we're going to crack that code and figure out why these super tough games are also some of the most rewarding experiences out there.
This right here, this simple idea, is the beating heart of the entire genre. It means you learn by making mistakes. And in roguelikes, that's not just a nice saying. It's the literal game mechanic. Dying isn't some failure state. It's actually how you progress. It is the point.
Okay, so before we get into the whole why this is fun part, we need to clear something up. What exactly is a roguelike? Because, the term gets thrown around a lot, and the little details, they actually matter a whole lot.
So the classic textbook definition really comes down to two main pillars. First up is permadeath. When your character dies, that's it. It's over, you go right back to the very beginning. No save points, no continues, nothing. And second, there's procedural generation. This just means the world, the enemies, the items you find, it's all randomly mixed up every single time you start a new game. No two runs are ever the same. And here's where it gets a little complicated. This is where you see some of the biggest debates in the gaming community. It turns out that most of the games you might think are roguelikes, well, they aren't, really. They're part of this other subgenre that we call roguelights.
Let's think about it this way, like reincarnation. A pure classic roguelike is like being reincarnated with zero memories of your past life. You die, you come back as a completely new person, and everything you had is just gone. The only thing that actually gets better is you, the player sitting on the couch. But in a roguelite, which is way more common these days, it's like reincarnation with memories. You die, sure, but you get to carry something over to the next life. Maybe it's some cash you can use for permanent upgrades, or you've unlocked new weapons. See the difference? In this case, both you and your character are getting stronger with every death.
So now we get the what, right? But that brings us to an even bigger question. Why? Why would anyone voluntarily sign up for this endless cycle of getting crushed over and over again? Well, because hidden inside all that failure is where the real magic is.
And look, let's be real. There's no sugarcoating this part. Your first few, or maybe first few dozen runs in one of these games, they're going to be brutal. You're just going to get wrecked. You'll feel weak, you'll feel lost, and yeah, you'll probably get pretty frustrated. That initial wall of difficulty is totally intentional, though. It's kind of designed to test you before you get to the really good stuff. But what keeps you hitting that Start New Run button is the magic of chance. Since the map is totally different every time, you can't just memorize your way through it. Since the items are random, you can't just rely on your favorite strategy from last time. This brilliant mix forces you to constantly think on your feet, and it makes every single attempt a brand new puzzle you have to solve.
And this is the absolute key to everything. The real progress isn't happening on the screen, it's happening inside your own head. You're not really leveling up your character, you're leveling up yourself. Your reflexes, your knowledge of how an enemy attacks, your ability to build a strategy on the fly. The game itself doesn't change. You are the one getting better.
And all that struggle, all that learning, all those deaths, it's all building toward this one incredible, almost mythical moment, achieving the perfect run.
Just think back to that very first feeling, right? Being completely powerless, totally sure you're never even going to beat the first boss, that's where everybody starts. It's the universal experience.
But with every single death, you absorb something new. You learn the timing of that one enemy's attack. You discover that a certain combo of items is just completely broken. You go from being frustrated and angry to being focused and analytical. You are, run by run, slowly mastering the game.
And then it finally happens. The stars align. You get the perfect combination of items, your skills are sharper than ever, and all of a sudden, you are an unstoppable force of nature. The enemies that used to be your worst nightmare, now they're just speed bumps. The game didn't get any easier. You just got that good. It's this incredible godlike feeling of power that's honestly hard to find anywhere else in gaming.
So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, this sounds pretty awesome, and you're feeling a little brave, where do you even begin? Let's go over a few absolute must-play games that really show what makes this whole genre so special.
If you want an amazing story that actually uses death to push the plot forward, you have to play Hades. If you want lightning-fast combat that's tough but fair, where you know every mistake is your own damn fault, check out Dead Cells. If you're more of a strategy person, Slay the Spire lets you build these insane, game-breaking card decks. And if you just want to experience pure, unfiltered chaos where you fill the entire screen with attacks, Vampire Survivors is exactly what you're looking for.
So in the end, the whole roguelike riddle is pretty simple.
It's a brutal, sometimes frustrating cycle that leads to one of the best feelings of true mastery and power you can find in a game. It's not just about winning, it's about utterly conquering the challenge. So, the only question left is, are you ready for your next run?